When you travel on the Blacktop Road that connects Wild Rose Canyon with Highway 190 near Stovepipe Wells, you're in the Panamint Mountain Range. And here, a dirt road runs 6 miles out to Augerberry Point. A good place to get an overview of Death Valley. Abandoned mines can be found throughout Death Valley. This is the old Eureka Mine. And this was once a miner's home. Up ahead is the final steep and narrow pitch up to where the foot trail takes off for Augerberry Point. Vehicles can be parked here where it's relatively level. And this is the trail leading out to the point. From Augerberry Point, one can look down the slope of the Panamint Mountain Range and into the silent floor of Death Valley. This parched desert basin of canyons and sand and dunes and salt flats is the lowest, it's the hottest, and the driest spot in the United States. And yet, delicate beauty can be found at your feet. And on this fine day, the motorcyclists were loving Death Valley. If the sea were not water but sand, entrancing still it would be, always leapfrogging, strand over strand, the desert's light symphony, slinking, crawling, and combed by the wind, raked through the night until dawn. God's metamorphosis without end, as wind sweeps waves on and on. And just like the shifting sand, we too move on and on. As can be seen, the record temperature in Death Valley is 134 degrees, so I guess we should appreciate the balmy 102 that we have today. There are canyons in Death Valley that can be seen from your car. Canyons like Wild Rose, Immigrant, and for the more adventurous, even Titus Canyon. But this little canyon, this Golden Canyon as it's called, can only be seen by walking. And here, on the Devil's Golf Course, it is eerie to stand 260 feet below sea level in such a barren place. It is so utterly desolate that it could be a crater on the moon. Is it any wonder that this area of Death Valley was named Artist Palette? And that Artist Palette Drive would become one of the most popular drives in the park. The walk up to Zabriskie Point is worth the effort. For this young couple, the view is awe-inspiring. This is Dante's View, where one feels like they can see the entire 140-mile-long desert basin. On this day, Dante's View was breathtakingly quiet and serene. A powerful reminder of God's creative touch. "5 miles north of Death Valley Junction, in the middle of nowhere, is the Longstreet Inn and Casino." Between 1922 and 1925, the Pacific Coast Borax Company built this company town. The name is Amargosa, but today it's more commonly referred to as Death Valley Junction. It's about 30 miles east of Furnace Creek. In 1967, a remarkable woman named Marta Beckett and her husband had been camping in Death Valley when they had a flat on their trailer. A park ranger told them they could get the tire repaired here. Marta was from the East and a classically trained ballerina and artist. While the tire was being repaired, Marta began to explore the old adobe building. She walked down the long colonnade of what is now the Amargosa Hotel and would later say, "I was hypnotically drawn to the end and around the corner." That is when she discovered the largest building in the road. It was, to her amazement, a theater. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The very next day, Marta tracked down the town manager and arranged to rent the theater for $45 per month. Originally, the theater was called Cork Hill Hall, but she immediately renamed it the Amargosa Opera House. Marta gave her first performance in the theater on February 10, 1968. And for more than 40 years, Marta Beckett has lived here and shared her art, her performances, and her dreams at the Amargosa Opera House.